What's up, fellow adult collectors? Welcome to SeViLion Collectibles. For this video, I'll be reviewing the brand new Marvel Legends Black Widow Deluxe accessory set. It features Natasha Romanoff herself in the new white costume based on the upcoming Black Widow movie. The movie was originally slated to come out on May 1st, but because of the current worldwide situation we're all in, it has been delayed. However, all the related merchandise is still hitting store shelves as well as being widely available online. Personally, I don't like to spend a whole lot of time on the package or unboxing, so here it is in all its glory. This set certainly had a lot of accessories, and I will give a close look at all of that as we go through it. For the moment though, I'm going to give it another full rotation on the spinner, that way you can see it all the way around. If this is your first time landing on my channel, hi, my name is SeViL, and here I like to discuss action figures and other collectibles based on my favorite movies, TV shows, and video games. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and drop a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Now, to start this process off with the figure itself, I'm going to give a good close up and down look at both the front and back. This Black Widow figure is a brand new sculpt, but it is still using the same basic frame as her previous figures. Granted, this white suit version does use the exact same sculpt as the black suit version in the main wave, but because I can't say for sure which one actually came first, I'm going to go ahead and count this one as the original. In my opinion, the Scarlett Johansson face sculpt is the most accurate Marvel Legends version so far. While I have previously noted that Hasbro's made huge leaps when it comes to the face sculpts in recent years, this one absolutely exemplifies that. The main body frame itself, while it isn't super detailed, it gets the point across. The main lines and layers of the suit are sculpted in, plus the little bit of extra color that it needs is placed in nicely. On the lower half, the belt and holster straps are an extra piece on top of the main body. Beyond that, there is no need for extra colors, so it's all just solid white. But again, the extra details for the boots and other layers are all sculpted in nicely. That same attention to detail is indeed carried forward throughout the entire back of the figure. Before I dive into the accessories, I do want to give a quick comparison of some of the previous face sculpts that the Black Widow has had. First up, here's the Infinity War version from when she had blonde hair. This one was a huge improvement over what had come in the past, but it still wasn't quite there yet for me. However, that might just be my bias talking, because I do definitely prefer her as a redhead. This Nyx Head Sculpt came in the Quantum Suit 2-pack, and it did make some adjustments over the last one, but it didn't necessarily make the right adjustments in my opinion. However, both of those look phenomenal compared to the first attempt. This head sculpt came with the figure in the Winter Soldier wave, and it was clearly before they started using the scanning technology. You can clearly see that they have indeed come a long way. With all that said though, let's get into all the accessories. There is most certainly a lot to go through with this set. I'm going to start with the figure stand itself. It does start off in the package split up into several different pieces. The pole itself can be plugged into any hole in the base and moved around as you see fit. It does have a bit of a ladder for height adjustment. The arm can rotate side to side, and the claw can fully rotate as well. Just the stand by itself has plenty of options for how to display your figure. The fire and explosion effects do look really cool. The bigger one is actually hollow on the inside, so I would bet someone could take an LED light of some sort and make it look even better with a glowing effect. The notches on the bottom side are the same ones that the pole uses, so they too can be plugged into any one of the main holes on the base. These smaller pieces are essentially the same sculpt as what you'd get for Iron Man with his repulsor blast effects, and those notches can be plugged into the small spots on the base. There's not quite as many options for these, but it is still pretty much up to you where it goes. There are certainly enough options to make a multitude of potential layouts. The rest of her accessories include weapons and all the appropriate hands to hold each one. They all swap out pretty easily, but be careful with the wrist gauntlets because those can fall off when you do so. The weapons themselves are just solid black pieces, but they are sculpted pretty nicely. When the guns are not in use, they can indeed be placed in the holsters on her legs. They do fit pretty snugly and shouldn't be at risk of falling out. The blast effects work best with her fist hands and need to be placed on before you put the hand on. This is probably how I'll keep her set up in my displays more often than not. All of this being used together would probably make for some really awesome action figure photography throughout our communities. I'm not going to give an entirely thorough look at the articulation because, as I said earlier, the overall frame is still mostly the same as previous Black Widow figures, therefore the articulation hasn't changed either. She still has all the same 18 points you'd expect in the neck, shoulders, elbows, wrist, torso, hips, thighs, double knees, and ankles. So with all that said, it's time to run this Marvel Legends Black Widow figure through my guidelines for a complete and fair review. This is a brand new sculpt that is detailed enough to be incredibly accurate to the character. The figure does balance really well, it is in scale with the rest of the MCU line, and of course includes plenty of accessories. Unfortunately, the female characters still aren't quite as articulated as I would like, but I do still think that the price is fair for this set. The figure stand by itself might be enough to push more buyers to get it. Personally, I don't have any quality control problems with my figure, and at the time of this recording, it is widely available both in stores and online, leading my final score to a 9 out of 10 star rating, meaning it is outstanding and one of the best of the year. This is easily my favorite Black Widow figure that I've ever owned, and that's not even counting accessories. Therefore, I can highly recommend adding it to your collection. Thank you guys for watching, and if you like this video,
get over here!
And subscribe to SeViLion Collectibles.